Y'all, I just got out of Boll Weevil Pawn over in Little Rock, and I just got the craziest pickup I've arguably ever had. And I cannot wait to get home to unveil it for you. It's a interesting story, and it's definitely some games from a circumstance that I don't think I would have ever anticipated. I've certainly never seen it before. What is up, YouTube? I was on my way home from work tonight when I decided to hit up a local pawn shop, one that I haven't been to in a while. And usually their stock is, pretty consistently the same. That's why I don't hit it too often. But even though there's a chain of them around here, this one in particular tends to stock more games. And I find that has more to do with it not being in close proximity to any gaming stores. There's no Game Exchange, no GameStop. So anybody, need a little bit of cash and need to dump some games, that's where they go. I don't know why I'm sitting here explaining to you how pawn shops work, but I go in tonight and I came out with probably one of the strangest scores I've ever had. I mean, just the circumstances surrounding this are totally odd. And by that, I mean, it was odd how I just have to show you. So I go in and they just had stacks and stacks and stacks of PlayStation 2 and GameCube games, but the problem was like all the cases were all like black and nasty. And so I asked the associate there what was going on with them. And he said, yeah, these had been in a house fire. He's like, so we're just selling them for $2 a pop. I was like, asked to look through them. And he let me. And for $26, I came out with 13 pretty good games. And I really think I'll be able to clean them up pretty well. I'm going to have to buy replacement cases for quite a few. But I'm going to go ahead and show them to you now. And even though they'd been in a house fire, it looks like the worst thing that they had happened was that they got smoke damage, because if you look at them, there's nothing melted. But let's start off here. And one or two of them is actually in good condition, like this Primal for PlayStation 2 and CIB. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get the smoke smell out. Now, whoever had owned these had placed their PS2 games in these slim cases. And in some cases, they just folded the cover art so that the spine wrapped around the side. Others, they had unfortunately cut, and that hurt my heart. And I left those alone. But you see, I got Scooby-Doo, Night of a Thousand Frights, complete. And that kind of surprised me. Honestly, I didn't expect any of them to have the menu. Man, that smell is strong. Now, bear in mind, again, I'm getting these for $2 a pop. Psychonauts, complete. And Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, also complete. You see where I'm going with this. I don't know if this is pronounced Okage or Okage. I'm inclined to believe it's probably Okage, the Shadow King. Okami. And then we're getting into the GameCube games. Resident Evil 0. Is it complete? It is. Y'all, I just cannot begin to describe how strong the smoke smell is. The OG Resident Evil on GameCube. Metroid Prime. Game I'd never heard of called Unlimited Saga for PlayStation 2. Yu-Gi-Oh! The False Bound Kingdom, which I'd never heard of. I'm thinking before this house fire, the owner of these games, aside from the butcher number he or she pulled on a lot of their PlayStation games, seemed to be pretty proud of their games and like to keep them intact. Yeah, Super Paper Mario for Wii. Now you can look, see those burn marks across the top. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to clean these up. Let's see, still complete. Like, this person did care. I wonder if, yeah, like some of that stuff, I mean, obviously it is a little bit burned and charred, but $2 a piece, $2. I don't think I've ever bought games that had been in a house fire before. And frankly, I'm kind of surprised that the pawn shop was willing to buy them and sell them. Then we got, and this is actually in pretty good shape, all things considered, Tales of Symphonia. Complete. Apparently it's a 2-disc game. And I started to grab this other thing. I'm like, oh, wait, that wasn't part of it. Now, the guy at the pawn shop told me that another gentleman had been in before me and he had purchased like 50 of the games. And I'm just going to hope against hope that there wasn't some ultra rare stuff like Kuon or Rule of Rose in there, because the idea of somebody walking out with one of those heavy hitters for $2 a pop and it not being me is just, that would just make me die inside. So I'm going to pretend that that probably didn't happen. But despite the smell and despite the condition of a couple of the games, I feel like $26 for all of those, not a bad freaking deal at all. I'm pretty happy about it. Like I said, now I just got to go about the business of buying a handful of cases for these PlayStation 2 games, and then hopping on Google and seeing if anybody has ever cleaned up smoke damaged game cover art before. I don't even know what the protocol for that would be. Initially, I was thinking maybe, using rubbing alcohol or possibly goof off. I don't know. All I know is I'm not going to try it until I have a chance to look into it. Surely somebody has been through this before. They had a lot of great games in that stack too, that the only reason I didn't purchase was just due to the fact that the cover art had been cut. Like, they cut the front, they cut the back, and put one on each side, took the spine completely out, and I just didn't want to deal with that. They had one game, there was a Castlevania, like Loss of Innocence or something like that. I haven't looked up the value on it. I'll probably do that here in a few minutes, and knowing my luck, it'll turn out to be some ridiculously expensive game. I don't know. Hopefully it's not. If it is, crap, I may swing back by there in a couple of days and hope it's still there. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and like I said, it was just a weird pickup. Anyway, if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please comment. I will read your comments. I always do. Most of the time I respond. Most of the time I'm going to give you a heart, because I'm just that freaking happy that anybody even responds to my videos. Anyway, take it easy, folks. Have a good one.